All right, everybody. So these are 3 things to watch out for in April. The astrological chart of what's going on in April has some important things happening, and I just want to point them out to you and give you some dates so that you can appropriately surf these energies, use these energies to your own best interest, however you want to look at it. Okay. So the first thing that's going on is, and I'll do a bonus at the end because I thought of a 4th thing, but the video is called 3 things. So I'll do the bonus at the end. How's that? Okay. So the first thing that is happening is on April 4th, we have Mars coming into conjunction with Saturn. Those are 2 malefic planets. Okay. Those are two malefic planets. And this does seem to be something we need to pay attention to. Okay. Mars is the god of war. Saturn is about restriction. So anything that is causing us to feel closed in, Mars comes in and it's just like this raw energy of like, I'm going to bust through all of these restrictions. I'm going to take the matters into my own hands. Mars is very much about that. And it is has a possibility to create some chaos. So in the world, you might experience this. You know, we do have the situation going on in Ukraine. We have lots of things boiling, lots of kettles boiling all over the world. So pay attention to that. And that is going to be important for a while. Okay, these 2 malefic planets, Mars and Saturn. The other thing about this Mars and Saturn thing is Saturn is about resistance, okay? And for learning purposes. It's not completely without its benefit. Saturn teaches us to go slow. Saturn teaches us to pay attention to how things are done, okay? So whether you agree with that or not, it's sort of like not immaterial because Saturn is like, I don't care what you think, I'm Saturn. Okay, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Capricorn is about, hey, this is how things are done. Now, Mars, as the baby of Mars, Aries is the baby of the zodiac, and Mars is its ruler. The Emperor card in tarot is Mars, and it's sort of like, I don't care about your rules, all right? And it's also about movement, taking action, taking bold action. So when you have Mars and Saturn conjunction, which means that they're like right on top of each other, they're battling for supremacy between the 2 of them. Okay. And malefic planets mean like can do some real damage. So you might experience this on a personal level as you feeling frustrated and just wanting to break through. You feeling like, I'm going to say my piece right now, and I'm going to go and call her up, and I'm going to tell her. And I'm going to tell you, like, I would resist that urge, okay? Because you could do some things or say some things that can't be undone. So you can feel the energy as likely a stop and a go also, okay? So Mars is like, I want to go, and Saturn is stop, the big soul stop sign. So not only do you want to like pick up the phone and give that person a piece of your mind, but you might feel this energy of starting things and then having it not go anywhere. Starting things and having it not go anywhere. Starting things. All right. So this is what's going to be happening until they move out of conjunction. And Mars moves fairly quickly. Saturn doesn't move that quickly, but Mars does. So it does feel to me like this is the beginning of April. Okay. This feels like the beginning of April to me. The second thing you want to watch out for, and I feel like 10 days because I do feel Mars and Venus come back into conjunction, about 10 days later. So it's not going to last forever. It's just going to be this time period of 10 days. The second thing to watch out for is Jupiter is coming into conjunction on April 12th in Pisces with Neptune. I've been talking about this for a while. This is the Great Awakening. This is the moment in time where we have this Neptune in Pisces, which is very happy in Pisces. Neptune is a natural ruler of Pisces with Jupiter, and anything Jupiter comes in contact with expands it. So Neptune and Pisces are very much about the spiritual connection. And when we come in contact, when Jupiter crosses the path there, boom, expansion. So you could get to another level of consciousness. You could see around you people who you felt were like, as my mother used to call them, blocks of wood, that they weren't really spiritually oriented, or thought it was a bunch of nonsense or whatever. All of a sudden, having these moments of clarity that are spiritually motivated, or they're feeling more desire to go toward their spirituality. I did have this experience of someone I know who I considered to be very closed off to this part of his life, have say something to me recently about wanting to know his path and I was just like, who are you? Like, what? You know, he knows what I do here on YouTube. And so I was kind of like, are you asking me for help or what? And he was just like, no, you know, he just was talking and it was just naturally coming out of him. And I was like, all right, that made me feel so good. So I feel like you might have a lot of people around you suddenly waking up and maybe seeking you out for help, because at the end of that conversation, he said, I'll come back around to you if I am looking for more in-depth help. You know, I was like, sure, whatever you want. And, you know, I know now he watches videos. So hi, not saying your name, just saying hi. All right. So that is on April 12th, and pay attention to anybody around you who is like having an awakening experience. It might be a little shocking to you who does awaken even. The third thing I want to say is Pluto goes into retrograde at the end of April 29th until October 6th. This is in the Earth sign of Capricorn. We got a ton of stuff, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, like all that tail end of the zodiac. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. It is connected to the Death card and the Tower card. So the transformation can be sudden. Death is something that will come to all of us. You just may not know when it shows up, but it is on our path, right? Like, you know it. Towers show up kind of really unexpectedly. So this is how you might see this energy working in you is that old wounds can come to the surface. This is something that is like a call for you to work on it. So for example, whenever things start like leveling off on YouTube or things start not like moving, I just assume it's me. I assume it's my problem. I assume I'm the one to blame, whatever it is, when in fact, it's not a judgment. It's not a judgment about that. Things just may be transitioning. Things might be changing. And like, it's not like, oh, I'm making a mistake. I'm doing something terrible. So be mindful of that, because if you always go around to blame yourself about things, you might want to stop doing that, because I think that that's what is in this energy here of Capricorn. The practicality of it and the overthinking can be a deal that isn't helping you. In fact, it's hurting you. So when Pluto goes into retrograde, April 29th, this is about a time to look inside and really see these things that are harming you, ways of thinking about your life in the practical sense that aren't really helping you. Okay, because Saturn is like, hey, do the work, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it is connected to this too. All right, and that's the devil energy. So we're talking about right now the Death card, the Tower card, and the devil energy all coming together. And there's something at the end of this, it comes out of retrograde October 6th. So over the course of the next 6 months, there may be a time to integrate these new lessons that if you had always blamed yourself for things, then maybe it's like, okay, I'll take a neutral approach to this and not harm myself, but look at what's making me think that this is my problem. Oh, okay, I get it. Everything was blamed on me and blah, 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 blah. Whatever your particular wounds are could show up during this time. So it's time to not fall into that pit of despair or fall into that thinking. Instead, be a little bit more circumspect about this. Like, why am I thinking this? Is this a wound? And then we can talk about shadow work in another video. But I think that that's very important to pay attention. The signs that are going to be most affected by this, by the way, this Pluto going into retrograde, are the cardinal signs. Okay, the signs that like to take action. Now, this is Pluto in retrograde. So the cardinal signs of Aries and Libra and Cancer and Capricorn will be most impacted because they're being asked to evolve beyond what they would naturally do, which is take external action. This now can be an internal kind of meditation, or it is action, but it is a more internal kind of action. All right. So just know Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn will likely be the most impacted by Pluto in retrograde. So that's the third thing to watch out for in April 29th to October 26th or 6th, October 6th. Now, bonus. The bonus is April 1st, we have a new moon in Aries. And that's wonderful energy for manifesting. Wonderful way to look at, okay, I'm really going to step into this. So if you're thinking about the Mars conjunct Saturn, don't say anything you'd want to take back. So try to be grounded, try to be more even about things. Same thing with the Pluto in retrograde. Try to be more grounded, be more even about things without letting yourself kind of express too much fire, okay, at people. The new moon in Aries gives us the opportunity to manifest something, and it calls for our leadership. So the first person you have to have leadership around is yourself. Okay, so these things are calling you to become more responsible about how you're using your fire energy out there in the world. All right, so that's your bonus, the new moon in Aries. I did a reading about new moon in Aries. You might want to check that. I'll put a little card there for you. All right, so that's April 1st. So I hope this was helpful to you. 3 things to watch out for in April, plus a bonus. So if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and share to my channel. And I'll see you tomorrow.